Hello and welcome to the Creation Standard. I want to break down what the Creation Standard is and how it got started so you all will know where we're coming from and what our goals are with this program, because we hope it will reach many people out there. Those of you who are trying to bring your children up the right way, we are blessed to have you, because from what I've seen over the last 15 years as an educator is that there are some heartbreaking situations where our children go to these places really, not always really eager to learn, but they go there with innocence and they go there with a common understanding of who the Father is, but then they see misleading evidence that convinces them that the creation story in the Bible is false, that nothing is their creator, that we all have a common ancestor with everything all the way back to the first amoeba that just spawned into existence. And so they force this onto the teachers through their misleading standards. And I personally, as a science teacher, was blessed to find ways to create lessons that would guide children to examine the evidence for what it is and see the fraud of evolution. And it was hard to do. You had to be crafty, but I was blessed to do that and watch the children come alive with excitement when they see how irreducibly complex they are, how wonderfully made life really is. And so doing this was a blessing. However, as I looked around and went to department meeting after department meeting, I would see that the other teachers are sticking to the misleading standards and teaching evolution as fact. And it was to a point to where I knew there was something I had to do. I can't just start fighting everybody over this. You lose your job, you lose your teaching certificate. So I tried to plant seeds and it just wasn't enough. And so I felt led to reach more children. And the best way to do that, I feel, is to create new standards that are modified versions of the traditional standards that take the truth about creation and put that in the forefront and guide students to examine the evidence that the world has given and look at it more closely and watch it fall apart when they put it to the test. And so that's what it's all about. It's not about denying the science and being a science denier. We're going to look at the science first, and we're going to look at the newest evidence that backs up the truth about creation, for what we live on, who made it, the beloved Son, all of these details that the world is hiding. We're going to be exposing children to it in a way that has yet to be done. And so what we've already done at Creation Standard is make new standards that are literally just modified versions of the traditional, because your students are going to be tested in most states on those standards, even if they're in homeschool. So they'll require them to go and take these tests, and you'll see that they're going to do better than students who are looking at the traditional standards. They'll know what answers they're supposed to pick, but they'll know also what the truth is. Okay, so that's how I've done that with my students. When I teach them about evolution, I tell them that when you get to those big tests and you see the word common ancestor, that's the one they want you to choose. It doesn't mean it's right. And so Creation Standard has brand new standards. They're still in a rough draft phase. I'm modifying them. I'm trying to create them in a way that helps you guys look at them to create your lessons. But what my ultimate goal is with this program is to have more than just standards. I want to compile every resource out there, every science experiment, anything that proves creation, put it all in one spot. And my goal is to be available full-time next school year to do this as an educator, so that I could go live and interact with students, have people come on, researchers from around the world come on and show you the evidence that they're seeing, the soft tissue discoveries from people like Mark Armitage that prove that those giant bones they're finding aren't millions of years old. Things like that will excite our children, let them unite in a way that's interactive, and help you guys form groups in your own communities, looking up, finding apps and things that will help us unite as a truth community to bring our children closer to the Most High and bring us closer to the Most High and closer to our children. It's a relationship that they value. And so the greatest in the kingdom of heaven, like the Messiah said, were those that are humble like a small child. And the mainstream world has been preying on their humbleness and their innocence. And so we're going to use that humbleness and that innocence to bring people to Him. And so even though they are seeing things through a different lens, we are going to bring them up the right way, and we're going to be a team. We're going to have to work together. It's something that I'm going to need help with. This is a big task. I'm seeing that it is a lot harder than I thought, especially trying to do it on the side as I currently still teach in the science classroom. I'm doing life science for middle school, and so I'm hoping to do this full time and expose the truth of creation to a larger audience than just the ones in my classroom. Although it's a blessing doing that, I'm only reaching so many people every year, and the Father's put it on my heart to reach more. And so it's going to be a lot of work, but you guys, and through your support and your prayers, I feel like this is going to work out. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. I'll still be here doing things for free, but my goal is for it to work out so that I can really help you all out. I know that homeschooling can be a scary situation because it's your own children, and my wife, she's one of those who's been doing that with a couple of our children. The older ones, have moved on and are now doing their own thing, but we have some younger ones that are going to be needing the truth shown to them. And so we'll be doing this together. I may have her come on and help out, but that's what Creation Standard is, a place with true standards that remove the indoctrination and replace them with the truth of creation. And we have lessons and videos that are already going out, and I'll continually do that for free this year. And then next year, when we're doing this full time, it will require a fee, but we will work with you guys the best we can. Larger families, of course, discounts and low-income family discounts. Whatever we can do to get these children to truth, we will. But I would love to be able to do this full time. And if we get enough support between now and then, it can remain free. That would be awesome. But for now, it looks like next year we may have to charge a small fee to start out with. We'll keep it at $1 a day or less. We're not going to abuse you guys, because I know that times are rough, but the truth is always going to set us free. And now our goal is to let this truth set our children free and create truth soldiers that we are sending out into the world that are ready and have on that full armor. So I thank you guys for all that you're doing, taking the steps to come here. Send us an email if you want to be on our list of people who are notified with updates, thecreationstandard@gmail.com. It's in the description. You can have that. Send us an email anytime with questions, suggestions, resources, and we look forward to seeing where this goes. But thank you all. We love you. The Father loves you, and we'll see you around real soon.